Historically, in my field of clinical psychology, adolescence finished at 18 years and young adulthood commenced the next day. This is still true in terms of social traditions and legal rights, I suppose. However, particularly now, post-school means that youngsters are often still at home for a number of years. Hence, it's worth a word or two about a further developmental stage for parents. We could call this the stage of young adulthood or youth. Now, as I say, 18-year-olds are considered independent, their own boss, certainly in a legal, social and in an academic and employment sense. However, in the majority of cases, they're still living at home together with their parents, and while they haven't shifted home, there is a detectable shift. They are now able to decide for themselves, and I think this must be respected. Unfortunately for parents, their respect of their youngsters' right to decide is not always met with an equal appreciation by the youngsters of their need to respect parents' right to have expectations of those living within their home. The seeming lack of awareness of youth requires ongoing wisdom and tolerance on the part of parents. I've therefore called this post-school period for parents the stage of respect and grace. It's a rewarding time because parents can be involved in their youngsters' transition to the workforce and their participation in matters of the adult world. It allows parents a window into their youngsters' emerging sense of self and their growing identity. Young adults develop more mature opinions and attitudes, and their passion is now enriched by an improved capacity for perspective and an appreciation of the constraints of reality. So parents, and I think this is important, probably particularly for dads, parents can step back now with grace and allow their grown children to show out. In the main, the time for teaching and guiding is over, even though these young adults are still in the family home. And the time for respectful interest and equal sharing of viewpoints has arrived. Yet, what about the up-and-coming young executive in our home with the sophisticated viewpoints, yet together with a cluttered room and dirty clothes strewn on the floor? And the young tradie or artist with their used plates under a rug on the couch? Tricky. I would suggest that at this stage it's helpful not to yell or withhold the young executive's dinner, but to just ask them if they would please attend to it, as if we know and fully expect they're mature enough to do so. And what about the times, this can be infuriating, I think, when they don't communicate about the when, the who, the where, the with whom? I can only say I think parental grace and respect outdo parental exasperation and resentment. Grace and respect are suited to the adult world, and young adults will grow into these qualities all the better the more they see of them. So occasional exasperation and resentment are only human, might occasionally be helpful, but I recommend we use them sparingly as the sun sets on our youngsters' time in the family home.